I'm taking Crawford. He'll handle it all. That's it. I am. I'm not in any way trying to shortcome the tremendous fighter named Canelo.
As the mega clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford approaches this September, anticipation runs high with top boxers, analysts, and promoters sharing their expert takes. Let's dive into what they're saying and who they believe will emerge victorious.
This is a fight that's probably quite personal to him to prove himself as a great. And there is no doubt that if he wins this fight, he's a great. I mean, he's a pound for pound tremendous fighter. But unfortunately, when you look at his resume versus, I don't know, Canelo Alvarez's resume, it's chalk and cheese. But ability-wise, Terence is as good as anybody in this generation.
First of all, veteran pundit Jim Gray described the matchup between two top boxers as a gift for boxing fans. He pointed out that fights like these are uncommon and thrilling, combining the best possible skill and strategy. He asserted that the thrill stems from the unpredictability. Both boxers are skilled, motivated, and fully capable of winning. It all comes down to who does better under pressure. Fans see it as a chess game where grandeur and brilliance compete, rather than just a fight.
I think it's great for boxing. I think we want to see the best fight the best. And even though there's been a difference in weight divisions here, I think that, you know, people clamor for big names and big fights and guys who are great to fight each other. So being for the institution, and I am for the institution of boxing, I think Canelo has been great for boxing, and I think Terence Crawford has been great for boxing. So how this is going to play out exactly, I don't know. You know, Terence Crawford is older, and Canelo has, what, twice as many rounds?
Another important figure, Carl Froch, in his assessment of this bout, commended Crawford's punching power, boxing skill, solid defense, and inner fire. According to him, the largest challenge will be acclimating to the 168-pound weight class. But Crawford is capable of winning. If he is comfortable carrying that weight, Froch underscored, he has a real chance. Canelo is no joke at 168 though, so he warned that he will need to work more than ever to win. The bout was hailed by him as the year's most captivating and fascinating battle. He can't wait to see how it turns out.
I think it's a great fight. It's really interesting, intriguing, because Crawford's so good, so talented, unbeaten, the box of tricks. I thought the Errol Spence fight would have been close and he absolutely demolished him. But I just think he's out of his weight division. Well, he is out of his weight division. 2 or 3 weight divisions is coming up.
Yeah.
And I just don't see how a welterweight can step up to super middleweight, especially a super middleweight who's been up at light heavyweight. I don't see how he can do that and perform for longer than 4, 5, maybe 6 rounds.
Really, yeah,
I just think the weight will get to him. I used to spar welterweights.
Okay.
And they're good for a round or two because they're quicker than you.
Furthermore, Michael Jai White predicted Crawford to defeat Canelo. He stressed that his superior movement and speed are the main things that give him an advantage. Canelo is a natural in the weight class, but White believes Crawford can handle the challenge and win. He also compared the fight to the Mayweather versus Canelo match, implying that it will be a skillful and strategic battle. According to White's analysis, Crawford can maintain control of the battle and win in the end.
Why do you think Crawford's going to beat him?
Because Crawford could find people to fight like Canelo, who is amazing. Canelo has just, he's, oh my God, like he evolved. I saw from, how he evolved defensively and everything. I just don't think he's as fast as Crawford. And I think Crawford is just a little step ahead as far as movement is concerned. And so I think it's going to be Mayweather Canelo Part 2. That's what I think.
However, Manny Pacquiao believes Terence Crawford has a real opponent in this fight. His opponent, Canelo, he said, is a boxer who wins by sheer strength and is used to lifting heavier weights. Going up against a fighter with his size and strength is physically dangerous, as he made clear. In addition, he also expressed confidence in Crawford's abilities. Pacquiao told him to rely largely on his footwork and speed, which are skills that could irritate and throw off Canelo's rhythm. Like previous predictions, he also feels Crawford has a genuine chance to win if he executes appropriately.
His favor because that's his natural weight, and then Crawford moving up. If Crawford don't know how to handle or manage his body and his condition, his footwork, everything like that, to moving up, very difficult. he needs to handle and maintain the speed and improve his power. That's what I did. Like, maintain your speed and improve your power.
Moving forward, Daniel Jacobs described this fight as a great matchup, viewing it as a nearly even 50-50 battle, but slightly favoring Crawford. Echoing Froch and White, he also believes Crawford might win because of his unwavering determination and will to succeed. But, echoing Pacquiao, Jacobs cautioned against undervaluing Canelo, whose abilities and achievements are self-evident. Because each fighter has special skills, the result is unpredictable and thrilling. He promises fans a fierce and unforgettable fight in the ring, predicting a hard-fought match where willpower and execution will be crucial.
I've seen where he started, I've seen how he's gotten better over time, but I also just know what resides in him. He's a dog, he's a beast, and he's out to prove something too, so I'm excited about this fight. Canelo obviously is self-explanatory. There's really no need to go down the rabbit hole when it comes to him. But I do see this being as a 50-50 fight. But if I was a betting man, I would bet on Crawford. But also, too, you can't count Canelo out. I mean, would go in, I'm assuming, as the favorite, which is rightfully so.
Another important boxing mind, Brian Norman Sr., strongly predicted that this is Crawford's era and firmly believes he will defeat Canelo, even with the challenge of moving up in weight. He also echoed many others by saying he was completely confident he could manage the jump to 168 pounds with ease. Norman reaffirmed that he has always stood by him and has supported him throughout his life. He made it apparent that he would not be influenced by public opinion this time either. He claims that Crawford stands out as a very exceptional fighter because of his talents and abilities. Norman believes he is capable of beating anyone, including Canelo.
Canelo versus Terence Crawford. What are your thoughts on that? You know, a lot of people are not giving Terence enough credit. They think that he's going to step into, you know, the lion's den. What are your thoughts?
I'm always going with my dog Crawford, man. I'm with Crawford, man. I'm Crawford, I'm Team Crawford all the way. And I'm not just saying that, you know, for no other reason. I just think he's a great fighter. This is his era right now. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. He's a very great role model.
Yeah. Man, everything about Crawford is solid so far, so I'm going with Crawford.
In contrast to Brian Sr., Sebastian Fedora clearly backed Canelo as the favorite. He stated that Canelo has a significant advantage due to his strength and experience in the 168-pound weight class. Fedora adds that although Canelo has been successful at this weight, Terence Crawford may find it challenging, as this is his first time fighting at 168. Fedora worries that he may have difficulties in this new field. He, however, noted that the matchup is expected to be really thrilling. He also expects boxing fans will get something unique from the match.
About that, you know, September 13, man, Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford. What's your thoughts, brother?
I have Canelo. Canelo's comfortable at 168. Crawford's going up. Crawford looks good at 168.
Yeah.
But, again, this is going to be his first fight. And he looked great at 154, but there's still, I feel that there's some things that maybe he was lacking going up on that weight, and now he's going up 2 more weight classes, so we'll see how he reacts to the weight.
Moreover, former multi-division world champion Shane Mosley offered a confident prediction in support of Canelo for the forthcoming bout. Mosley acknowledged that Crawford is a very skilled boxer who can defeat anyone, but he predicts Canelo will win in the end. He lauded his abilities and expressed his happiness if he prevails on September 13th. He reckons Canelo won't have any trouble with the challenge though. He predicts that he should win as long as he follows his typical strategy. Canelo's strength and experience at 168 are important considerations for Mosley.
I think it'll be a great fight. I think both guys are great fighters, but I think Canelo's just too big, and you know, they mistake him as being just a guy at 168, not a regular guy, and Crawford being the more talented. But that's not the case. They're both talented. But the only thing is, Canelo has them by 2-weight division. So I think that Canelo beats him pretty easily. But we'll see. If Crawford does good, I mean, kudos to Crawford. You know, I'm happy for him. If he can pull off, great. But my mental, my mind's telling me that Canelo's gonna probably beat him.
In his interview, Robert Garcia also emphasized Terence's exceptional speed, footwork, and overall skill set. He considers that these attributes provide him a major edge. Canelo compared the bout to his experience with Floyd Mayweather, but Garcia strongly disagreed. Mayweather and Crawford have entirely different fighting styles, he underlined. He maintains it is incorrect to make comparisons between the two matches.
I think it's totally different. I think, you know, Canelo was only 23, he was very young. I think this fight's gonna be great. I do see Crawford maybe pulling it off because he's got good footwork, good speed, but I don't think they're close. I don't similar those two fights, Canelo and Floyd. I think they're just different styles. I mean, Floyd and Crawford.
Most notably, even according to Stephen A. Smith, Crawford is the most likely winner because of his superior skills and persuasive style. He argues that his style gives him the upper hand in this pivotal battle. However, he has also warned that if Crawford is unable to hurt Canelo, the fight might quickly go in Canelo's direction. In that scenario, the Mexican star might win by a lopsided margin.
To me, can Crawford hurt him? I would pick Crawford to win if he can box and stay away. I don't believe he can hurt Canelo. And if Canelo catches him, it could be trouble. But I would still say it would be a very interesting fight. I just believe that Crawford hasn't been in the ring with anybody this powerful. And I'm wondering whether he could stay away. Again, Crawford is the superior boxer. But if he can't hurt Canelo, he can't keep him off of him. And that's where the problem is.
While we delve more into pros' predictions, according to Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo's stature might provide him a small edge in the bout. However, he admitted that it's hard to choose a winner because both boxers are so skilled and confident. Since all of the top competitors are giving it their all, the fight could go either way.
It's a tough one because we can all see it. Canelo's declining. We can see it because Father Time just catches up to you. That's just the name of the game, the nature of the beast, right? Crawford, I mean, he's the same age as well, you know? 37. Different types of lifestyles, different styles. Canelo's getting into some wars now, which kind of like chips away at the block, you know? Do I favor him over Canelo? I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 fight at this point, given where they're at their careers.
But if you had to give somebody 1%.
Last one here.
1%.
1%, I would go with Canelo.
Besides, Devin Haney stated in a recent interview that he doesn't find any true similarities between Crawford and Mayweather in response to parallels between the two. He stated unequivocally that Crawford is up against a far superior Canelo. Haney contends that when Canelo faced Mayweather, he was younger and less seasoned. Since then, he has noticed a noticeable improvement in his maturity and skill.
I think that,
but he didn't really make it clear.
I think that Crawford is fighting. I think Crawford is fighting a different Canelo than Floyd has, a much better version Canelo than Floyd fought. So that's why I think the difference is.
Additionally, pre-fight analysis by Max Kellerman sets the stage for a high-level battle by praising both fighters. He highlighted Canelo's strength, his control of the bigger weight, and his ability to cut off the ring. Kellerman also pointed out that his ring mastery and physical strength will be crucial. On the other hand, he showcased Crawford's quickness, deft footwork, and intense focus. He claimed that Canelo's size advantage might be offset by Crawford's versatility and technical accuracy. It is an obvious contender for Fight of the Year, according to Kellerman, who described it as a genuine confrontation of elite skills.
In recent years at super middleweight, he's gotten really good at cutting off the ring. Again, last fight notwithstanding. So as an overall suite of skills, recent vintage, it's been Crawford. Okay. But Canelo also is skilled and has a larger skeleton than Crawford. No matter what they weigh, Canelo's the bigger guy. Yeah. I would say early in the fight, Canelo, and earlier in his career, Canelo. But he hasn't been that kind of fighter in recent years. Although Crawford is also hittable. With any fighter, when you talk about their defense, the question is not, can they be hit with a shot?
Furthermore, Colonel Motton added that boxing fans would be treated to an amazing show at the forthcoming bout. He underlined that the battle is evenly matched and that each boxer has an equal chance of winning. Motton also thinks the competition will be very competitive and unpredictable, which will make it much more thrilling to watch.
It's a big jump for sure, but I feel like Crawford definitely has a great chance. I feel like it's a 50-50 fight. I really don't know who will come out on top of that one. I just feel like the better man that night will win. So, you know, I feel like the fans are the winners in that one.
Moving forward, Bomac, Crawford's trainer, thinks his man has a distinct mental advantage against Canelo going into this momentous battle. He underlined that he is training to win, not just to fight. According to Bomac, the desire to conquer is deeply embedded in his mindset, and that hunger could be the deciding factor on fight night. With dominant performances in his recent bouts, Crawford's confidence is sky high. He'll be stepping into the ring not just to survive, but to secure a comprehensive and career-defining victory over Canelo.
Front of his head to the back of his head, in between, this I'm winning. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to win. That's the difference. That's the difference.
So you feel like more than anything he has a mental edge over Canelo?
You could possibly say that. Yeah. Possibly say that, you know? Has he lost? You see Canelo go down the stretch and second guess himself sometimes? There it is right there, though.
In favor of Canelo, Amir Khan also echoed De La Hoya's prediction and backed Canelo to emerge victorious in this highly anticipated clash. Khan commended both boxers for their talent and expertise, having himself fought elite opponents. But on fight night, he thinks Canelo's strength might make all the difference. He did admit, though, that it's a well-balanced fight with genuine chances for both men to prevail.
Crawford's come off some good wins, looking really good. But still, the age is very similar. Both guys are getting on towards the end of their career. I think it's evenly matched, but I do lean more towards Canelo in this one, even though Crawford's a very close friend of mine and helped me in my training camp for my last fight. But it's a hard fight to call because both fighters are at the top of the game. I think it's something that boxing's not seen for a very, very long time, where you've got two fighters. It's hard to say who's going to win. It is a 50-50 fight. Is it skill or power that's going to win, or is it skill or speed that's going to win the fight? We don't know, so let's see.
Additionally, Antonio Tarver was candid in his assessment of this mega bout. He also described Crawford as a genuine threat in this fight, praising his intense energy, exceptional skill set, and growing confidence. Even against a larger opponent like Canelo, he thinks he is particularly dangerous due to his mentality and momentum. In a shot at Canelo, he implied that the Mexican champion has been too at ease in prior bouts, and that he will have him work harder than ever before. All things considered, Tarver conveyed a strong conviction that Crawford would be able to step up and have an exceptional performance.
I've been telling y'all for the longest, that boy got that energy. And you know what energy I'm talking about. What is that? Tarver energy. Yes, sir. Tarver. He got that. And so you know, when you get that, we don't see nobody, bro. Now he in there with a dog, Canelo. Now, the Canelo work ain't been what it's supposed to be lately, and he hasn't fought a real threat in a long time. Now sometimes we can get so comfortable in that zone, but now you got to go down deep to get ready for Crawford. Tarver, you feel me? He got to go deep. Now, we don't know.
Unlike Antonio Tarver, the veteran trainer Abel Sanchez has thrown his support behind Canelo, suggesting that Crawford's speed and skills will only be effective in the early rounds. According to Sanchez, after 4 or 5 rounds, Canelo would settle into a rhythm and begin to impose his will. He admitted to the Mexican superstar's lack of foot mobility, but emphasized that his massive upper body and pure power make him very hard to handle. In the second part of the fight, Sanchez expected Canelo to start throwing strong, devastating strikes that would wear him down. After Canelo weathers the early storm, he thinks the fight will start to swing in his favor.
Getting the speed and the talent will show in the fight. I think Canelo will lose 3 or 4 rounds at the beginning, but then once he starts pounding on him, as it's been for the last 6-7 fights of Canelo, after the 6th or 7th round, it's a sparring session for him. You know, he's just throwing bombs away and not caring about what they do to him. But he's got excellent defense. Unfortunately, his feet don't move as well as I would like for him to move them, but his upper body is just unbelievable.
While we head towards Canelo's preparations for this bout, he is steadfastly concentrating on body work, a tactic he has employed successfully throughout his professional life. In his drills, he also measures each motion to maintain attention and conserve energy for the next rounds. Canelo is aware of the next technical chess battle and is getting ready to take advantage of any opening. He is training with the same rigor and focus that have characterized his career.
Rápido. Eso es agua. Van 10 ahora. Venga, 15, 5 más. Venga, vamos, cruzado. Tiempo. Eso, Saúl, ya.
Most importantly, power remains part of his arsenal, but he's also concentrating on staying patient and disciplined, controlling distance, upsetting rhythm, and pushing Crawford to fight outside of his comfort zone are more important aspects of this fight than strength. Canelo knows that a well-timed punch can shift momentum instantly. He's staying composed, building mental endurance alongside physical sharpness. In addition, his dedication to improving his head movement and angles is evident in his shadowboxing routines. Everything has a purpose. There is no motion that is wasted. He's working towards a strategy that combines poise with pressure. Breaking rhythm, drawing counters, and enforcing will without becoming careless are the objectives. Canelo's gaze is fixed on execution, second by second, round by round. On the other hand, Terence Crawford's preparations for the fight against Canelo Alvarez also revolve around building peak physical condition and mental sharpness. His training emphasizes building strength, quickness, and endurance so he can match Canelo's intensity. In order to maneuver around the ring with ease and generate opportunities for successful attacks, he spends endless hours honing his footwork. He places a lot of focus on his defensive abilities in an effort to counter Canelo's powerful strikes with accuracy. Additionally, endurance training helps him maintain high energy levels throughout all rounds, ensuring he stays strong from start to finish. Mental preparation is key, as Crawford studies his opponent's tendencies to anticipate and respond effectively. He practices timing and adaptability by working with partners who simulate different fighting styles, preparing him for various scenarios. In the end, if you enjoyed the breakdown and want more fight insights, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for future updates. Drop your predictions in the comments. We'd love to hear your take.